Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 2 of season 2 of Streetlights with Joel. I'm your host, Joel, and if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is starting at a completely different time, 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Now, that might prompt a lot of you to ask me, Joel, what's going to happen to your brand? It is Streetlights with Joel after all, and the whole idea was that I would accompany people while they're on their way home. 5 to 6 p.m., classes are over, work is over, they're on their way home. And to that, I say, I have no idea. But, while, streetlights don't turn on at 2 p.m., I think it's okay. I think it's alright to keep the energy of this show, to keep it something that's relaxing. And if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you go on the Fuse FM website and you look at my summary, I don't actually mention anything about streetlights. The first thing I said when they asked me, how would you like to describe your show? Is I said, this is this music, and this is all the noise that you hear in the next room over as your parents carry you to sleep and you fall asleep. The party's still in the next room, people aren't still going home yet, but you're in your room, nice and cozy, and you hear the talking and it lulls you to sleep. And I think that's alright. I think I'll stay here. Anyway, agenda for today. I am planning to introduce you to a particular episode from Adventure Time named Hall of Egress, and what that means about growing up and talking about the fear of just going after things that you want to do. Interesting fact, the bed track you're hearing right now is actually an Adventure Time instrumental. It's something I've kept throughout all these times as a huge fan of Adventure Time. But you're not here for that. Before we do anything, as always, let's start off with the music. Today, on Streetlights with Joel, I've got a lot of David Bowie lined up, and I've got the Cocteau Twins as well, something my roommate just recently introduced to me. But first, let's start with something you probably haven't heard in a while, but something that absolutely stays in my mind. Up next, we've got Hawaiian Rollercoaster Ride from Lilo and Stitch, followed by As the World Falls Down by David Bowie. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, here on Streetlights with Joel.
There's no place I'd rather be, lingering in the ocean blue. I'd surf till the sun sets beyond the horizon, flying by on a Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Viki viki mairo hirohi, Ina lulu la 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 ita la hana hana Hede hede mai tato he. There's no place I'd rather be, on golden sand is where I live. I'd play till the sun sets beyond the horizon. It's time to try the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Hang loose, hang thin, how's it shake a shotgun? No worry, no free, ain't no biggie brother. Cutting in, cutting up, cutting back, cutting out. Front side, back side, moving footed right out. Let's get jumping, surfs up and pumping, coasting with the motion of the ocean. Whirlpool swirling, cascading, whirling. There's no place I'd rather be, lingering in the ocean blue. I'd surf till the sun sets beyond the horizon, flying by on the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Abiki biki mairo hirohi, ina la 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 ita la hana hana. Hede hede mai tato e
Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
There's such a sad love deep in your eyes, it kind of held you, open and closed within your eyes. I'll place the sky within your eyes. There's such a full heart beating so fast in search of new dreams, a love that will last within your heart. I'll place the moon within your heart. As the pain sweeps through, makes no sense for you. Every thrill is gone, wasn't too much fun. Oh, but I'll be there for you as the world falls down. I'll paint your mornings of gold, I'll spend you Valentine evenings, though we're strangers till now. We're choosing the path between the stars. I'll leave my love between the stars. As the pain sweeps through, makes no sense for you. Every thrill is gone, wasn't too much fun at all. But I'll be there for you as the world falls down.
Welcome back to Streetlights with Joel. That was Hawaiian Rollercoaster Ride from Lilo and Stitch, and As the World Falls Down by David Bowie. For those who are just tuning in, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of Streetlights with Joel. Now, at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good lunch. I hope you're enjoying the sun, or if there is no sun, I hope at least that you've got a good day planned ahead for you. Now, as I said before, I was going to talk about Hall of Egress, a very interesting episode from Adventure Time. For those of you living under a rock, Adventure Time was a show from Cartoon Network. It started off pretty silly episodic adventures following the protagonist, Finn the human, his brother, Jake the dog, don't ask, and they lived in a tree house in this magical kind of post-Fallout world. And it was this huge tree house, and they just went on adventures every day, came back, ate sandwiches, played video games on their little computer, and it was just such an atmospheric yet grounded and down-to-earth show, especially as the show went on in its later seasons. But it's no stranger to very surreal topics, heavy in metaphors. And the episode in question is definitely no exception. Hall of Egress. It follows a few heavy episodes where Finn the human meets his biological dad, who then turns out to be this irresponsible, lunatic space bandit type that tries to escape prison, and in doing so costs Finn his arm, which leads to a massive identity crisis. Now, Hall of Egress seems to start off like a usual episodic adventure type episode, but instead Finn is separated from his brother, Jake the dog, at the very beginning of the episode. And as he crawls around this dungeon trying to find a way out, there are all these metaphors where we see Finn try everything he's ever learned prior to this episode. He tries to brute force his way out of his dungeon. He tries to brain his way out of his dungeon using his head. But somehow he always ends up at the beginning. And it's frustrating. You know? He no matter what he tries, no matter everything that he's learned, he's just tossed back to the beginning, rendering everything he's done just useless. And then we see Finn just suddenly say, "Hey, I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry, BMO, but this is something that I'm gonna have to do by myself." And he goes out into the forest, and he takes off all his clothes. He blindfolds himself. His hair is a mess. He's covered in dirt and grime, and he just starts walking. And I think he walks for months and days on end, until he reaches out his hands and he touches something, and he hears in his head something's different. He just leapt, and he throws himself into blindly walking around the world for months, until something is different. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of things in this world where we talk about the passion of doing something, the joy of doing something, and the joy of chasing dreams, and wow. But a lot of times we don't really talk about the fact that when you find something that you want to do, when you find something that you want, the fear that accompanies that want is so overwhelming at times. The fear of saying, hey, I've met someone and I really, really enjoy their company and I miss them every second that I'm not with them. The fear that comes with that of, oh, do they like me back? Is this gonna work out? What do my parents say? The fear of saying, hey, I think I found something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I think it's something we need to talk about a bit more, just to let each other know, hey, we're not alone. I don't know. I thought I'd have everything figured out by the time I was 20, and now I'm 22, and I feel awful. But I've got time. We've all got time. We've all got time. And ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like no one has your back, if you feel like you're alone and you're having to face that fear alone, tune in. Streetlights with Joel. I hope that I can show you that I've always got your back. And the same way that I have your back, my roommates have my back. And I know this because every time I'm feeling stuck and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna play on this show anymore, they introduce me to all sorts of music. One of them being the Cocteau Twins. And although they are incredibly incomprehensible at times, but still, wow, what a great band. And surprise, ladies and gentlemen, I have them queued up right next. So up next, on Streetlights with Joel, we've got Sea Swallow Me by the Cocteau Twins, followed by Cherry Colored Funk, also by the Cocteau Twins. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. That was Sea Swallow Me and Cherry Colored Funk by the Cocteau Twins. Welcome back to Streetlights with Joel, ladies and gentlemen. And if you missed it, I was just talking about Adventure Time in a beautiful episode. Unfortunately, that episode did not win an Emmy, I think. I think it was another one. For fellow Adventure Time fans, if you know, the episode that did win an Emmy was the one where Finn was having troubles with his girlfriend because Finn is a teenager, and he gets transported into a pillow dimension where he lives a full life and has pillow kids with his pillow wife. Yada yada, something about letting go of what makes you, doesn't serve you, and embracing what makes you happy, while still having the human condition of chasing this thing that you never have or never will have anyway. I think that's the beauty of Adventure Time, just its ability to go from 0 to 100 and really relish in the silliness of its world, while also using it to just portray these beautiful stories. For the longest time, when I was in high school, I really thought of myself as the comic relief character. Never the main character, never the side character. I just believed that there was this role that I fit into. And I boxed myself in. But if there's something I learned from Adventure Time, it's just that there's so many roles that you can play in life. You're never this fully formed statue. You're constantly chipping away at yourself and forming yourself. And there's so many things that you can see yourself as. That's a wonderful thing. And I don't want to preach at you guys, ladies and gentlemen, but, if you see yourself one way, I hope tomorrow, after a long meal and a good night's rest, you can wake up and choose to see yourself in any way that you damn please. Yep, not to go on for too long. I am quite enjoying recording this Streetlights episode and seeing the sun outside, honestly. At 2 p.m., sunny today in Manchester. What a beautiful thing. What a blessing. I think living in the UK these past 2 years, although I'm not opposed to gloomy rain, it has given me this appreciation of the sun, of sunlight and warmth. That's wonderful. Sometimes you forget what it's all really about, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about the promotion. It's not about, getting the girl, whatever it is. Sometimes you just need to touch grass, turn off League, turn off your monitor, Stop chasing the LP, stop chasing the high. Go fishing, look at the sun, eat some good food. Speaking of good food, I don't know if you guys want to hear this, but last night, I have been watching this YouTube video of a dish called the garbage plate from Rochester, New York. It was like a great big story kind of YouTube video, and it came out 8 years ago. And I remember watching it 8 years ago, and I've been watching it religiously every day since. And last night, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it. And ladies and gentlemen, I may not have made the best garbage plate ever, but I did make the best macaroni salad that I have ever eaten in my life. And honestly, I am so proud and grateful for myself for learning how to cook, because sometimes I really surprise myself. And in the same way that I enjoy it when people, it doesn't have to be everyone, but if 1 or 2 people tune in to Streetlights with Joel and I'm just playing some nice music, saying what's on my mind, and then you're gonna help them sleep, help them unwind. In that same way, I feel joy whenever I feed my roommates or whenever I feed my parents. I used to cook Valentine's Day dinners for my parents. I still remember that. And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, instead of being a comic relief character, maybe I'm a support character. Maybe that's a better way to put it. 100 years ago, I would have been the baker in that village. I would have been the guy going out gathering stuff for everyone. Maybe not 100, maybe like 500 years ago, or 1,000. You know what I mean. But that's enough yapping for this segment. Up next, again, we've got David Bowie and the Cocteau Twins. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, it's the last time you hear of them, at least for this episode. But up next, on Streetlights with Joel, you've got Oh, You Pretty Things by David Bowie, and Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins. And I'm excited for this one, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Here's David Bowie. Enjoy.
Wake up, you sleepy head. Put on some clothes, shake up your bed. Put another log on the fire for me. I made some breakfast and coffee. Look out my window, what do I see? A crack in the sky and a hand reaching down to me. All the nightmares came today, and it looks as though they're here to stay. What are we coming to? No room for me, no fun for you. I think about a world to come where the books were found by the golden ones, written in pain, written in all by a puzzled man who questioned what we were here for. All the strangers came today, and it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving your drivers insane? Oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving your drivers insane? Let me make it plain, gotta make way for the whole superior. Look out at your children, see their faces in golden rays. Don't kid yourself, they belong to you. They're the start of the coming race. The author's a bitch, we finished our news. Homo sapiens have outgrown their use. All the strangers came today, and it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving your drivers insane? Oh, you pretty things, don't you know you're driving your drivers insane? Let me make it plain, gotta make way for the Homo superior.
welcome back to Streetlights with Joel. That was Oh, You Pretty Things by David Bowie and Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good lunch. I hope you're enjoying the sun right now in Manchester. Right now it is a toasty 6 degrees in city center Manchester. Much warmer compared to what we've had these past few days, although the wind is still pretty much a menace. The funny thing about meeting new people and just immediately forming this bond with them, I think it's just the idea that everything that you've known has just kind of led up to a point where you meet someone and both of your vibes just instantly, you can feel the electricity just crawl over and shoot over. And you feel like you've known this person all your life. At the same time, you feel like, you want to get them know them even more. And I'm not even talking in a romantic sense. I'm talking about in a friendship sense. Sometimes you feel that way with like enemies as well. You meet someone for the first time and you know that no matter what's gonna happen, this guy is just gonna get under your skin. And you wanna punch him or whatnot. But either way, I still think that it's kind of beautiful that there are so many people in this world, and sometimes you just meet one that, you really connect with. It's a great thing. There was a point in time where I was terrified of talking to people. And for anyone who knows me in real life, especially some of my high school friends, this may come as a shock to you. I was very much a social butterfly back then. But for some reason, post-COVID, which by the way, general reminder, COVID was 5 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. Back on topic. I just couldn't talk to anyone. I was terrified. And the fact that I've never experienced that fear before in my entire life made me even more terrified. I thought something was broken in me. But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to take a step back and give yourself grace. You're so mean to yourself. I say that because I was so mean to myself. So ladies and gentlemen, when you feel that fear creeping up, take a step back. Pat yourself on the back. The way you would do to like a wet dog you saw on the street. Just pat yourself on the back, and just say, hey, it's all right. You've done this before, and you will do it again. This reminds me of a quote, and it ties in with the Hall of Egress episode, where Finn blindfolds himself and launches himself into the dungeon, launches himself into this year-long journey, and understands that Jake isn't going to save him, BMO isn't going to save him, Princess Bubblegum isn't going to save him, and he has to save himself. Ladies and gentlemen, you will be the one to save yourself. And this quote from Mary Oliver, and I read, "Sometimes I really believe it, that I am going to save my life a little." And God, sometimes Joel just needs to hear that. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you need to hear that sometimes too. And it's all gonna be alright. And when it's not alright, just remember, Streetlights with Joel, 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Tune in if you can. Up next, we've got 2 songs upon request of someone that has become very dear to me. This is Elle. And they have requested It's Alright by Kaiko, followed by Romantic Homicide by David. And if you don't know that song, trust me, when it starts playing, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. David, by the way, TikTok viral sensation, now has songs in both Arcane and Invincible. Incredible. And he was born in 2005. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Elle, I hope you're listening. And for everyone else, if you have any requests, feel free. Check me out on Instagram, streetlights.fuse. You can DM me there, send me some requests, and I'll probably shoot a lot of them down, but you know, who knows? Might get a diamond in the rough. Anyway, this is Streetlights with Joel. Coming up next, we got It's Alright by Kaiko, and Romantic Homicide by David. Enjoy.
Let me have a minute to get my head on straight. I really haven't been myself for almost 28 days. And I think, what a bummer could November really be? I think there's something that my eyes can't see. 'Cause lately I've been getting so upset with almost everything. I don't wanna be a villain in this story of mine. Neither do you. I don't wanna be a perfect person. That's just a lie. But you keep taking all the words that keep falling out my mouth. I don't think you see what my problem is even all about.
Oh, what a lie that we live. It's alright to be alone sometime. And what a lie that we're given. It's alright to be alone sometime. Nothing's wasted, and so am I tonight. Feelings faded, like everything in my life. Different faces, I'd rather stay inside. Been gone for ages, so why you stay tonight? I don't wanna miss you, I don't wanna need you, I don't wanna feel like I'm nothing without you. I don't wanna miss you, I don't wanna need you. I just can't pretend that I'm perfect without you. Oh, what a lie that we live. It's alright to be alone sometime. And what a lie that we're given. It's alright to be alone sometime.
And I don't wanna live
I hate you.
Welcome back to Streetlights with Joel. That was It's Alright by Kaiko and Romantic Homicide by David. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to, you can hit me up on Instagram, streetlights.fuse, with any requests, any song requests that you want to hear on the next show. And remember, for Season 2 of Streetlights with Joel, we are now on Tuesdays, 2 to 3 p.m. But don't worry, if you can't catch me, soon I'll be uploading recorded videos, episodes, my apologies, to YouTube. I won't be monetizing them, so don't worry about that. But yeah, what an episode today. Something I'm actually quite proud of today's episode. I've always wanted to talk about Hall of Egress because it's an Adventure Time episode that really just freaked me out. But the more I watched it, especially now, it's something that I can definitely appreciate a lot more. And Adventure Time really just ages like fine wine. What a great show. After this show, we've got Tonight We Fly. So make sure to tune in and check them out as well. But to end today's show, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope I see you soon. This is Streetlights with Joel, and we're ending on Leon Bridges and David Bowie with Coming Home and Lady Stardust. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you next time.
Coming home to your tender, sweet loving. You're my one and only woman. The world leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, girl. You're the only one that I want. Wanna be around. Wanna be around, girl. Wanna be around, girl. You wanna be around. Baby, I would be grieving if you wanted to leave me all alone by myself. I don't want nobody else. The world leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, girl. You're the only one that I want. Wanna be around. Wanna be around, girl. Wanna be around, girl. Ooh, wanna be around. Baby, 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 I'm coming home to your tender, sweet loving. You're my one and only one. The world needs a bitter taste in my mouth, girl. You're the only one that I want. Wanna be around. Wanna be around, girl. Wanna be around, girl. Ooh, wanna be around, girl.
of you. I smiled sadly for a love I could not obey. Lady Stardust sang songs of darkness and dismay, and it was all right. The band was all together. Yes, it was all right. The song went on forever, and he was up all night. Really quiet paradise, and he sang all night long. Oh, how I sighed when they asked if I knew his name. Oh, it was all right. The band was all together. Yes, he was all right. And the song went on forever. He was up all night. Really quiet paradise. He sang all night long. Listen closely now.
Manchester Student Radio.